deoxygenated blood is blue, while the oxygenated blood is red. So, does it mean that the blood in my vein is really appear in blue color, and is it considered as the deoxygenated blood? Or my vein itself is really appear in blue color? Which one is true? But what I have learned in class, the blood in our body is really red in color.
Each of the four chambers. Exiting from the right atrium, we have the tricuspid valve. Then exiting from the right ventricle, we have the pulmonic valve.
Misconception is defined as ideas that lead to incorrect understanding. This situation is commonly happen among science students in the classroom due to misconception always rise from personal experience that they encounter every day related to science concept in their daily life. Moreover, this misconception can be the biggest issue as it can give serious impacts on learning when teachers who encounter this among their students found that it is hard to modify the misunderstanding towards certain science concepts. What makes the misconception is hardly to fix is due to the myths are being passed from generation to generation within the walls of the classroom by those intelligent teachers. Therefore, the students will simply believe and accept the knowledge without knowing the truth. Based on a few researchers, we found that misconceptions are perpetuated in primarily three ways, which are from everyday experience and observation, from diagrams and writings in textbooks, and from communication between persons, including teachers to student teachers. Therefore, we from Hasa Legacy are willing to reveal the blue blood misconception that commonly happen among our students and society as well. A variety of causes that contribute to the formation of blue blood misconception are actually comes from the students' misunderstanding about the topic of circulatory system of human that they have learned in Form 4 biology syllabus, where the veins portrayed in blue and arteries portrayed in red, with the additional explanation whether the oxygenated blood is blue while the oxygenated blood is red. The myth that we want to highlight here is where the majority of the students understand that blood is blue inside the body when it is deoxygenated or lack of oxygen, while the oxygen-rich blood is red in color. This can be proven with the research and observation that been done by JMT, where she found that her students who are the pre-service teachers in a pre-service science method class encountered the blue blood misconception, whereby the students who act as teacher in a mini lesson confidentially answered the question that blood is blue. The misconception is not stopped there. When Jane Matey decided to ask her other pre-service science methods class the same question about the color of blood, and almost all of them answered the blood is blue. The most worried situation is when her students just simply defend their answer by held up their wrists and pointed to their carotid veins, which shows the blue color. If this misconception is keep continuing, then the pre-service teachers will accidentally pass the misconception knowledge to the next generations of their students. Based on our research, a study was done by Michigan State University students in 2008 about the color of blood. Based on the result, almost everybody who holds the blue blood myth has the same reasoning, where lack of oxygen causes blood color to change to blue. They think that blood is blue when in the vein which can be seen through the skin, and they consider the blue blood is the deoxygenated one which not in contact with oxygen. Also, they simply assume that only the vein in our body that carry the deoxygenated blood and only the artery that transport the oxygenated blood in the body. To help you to understand the development of this blue blood misconception, therefore we have highlighted the three common myths related to the blue blood that we have identified through a few research that have been done, which are the first one, lack of oxygen causes blood to be blue. The second one is the diagram of heart used by the teachers and educators during teaching and learning session lead to the misunderstanding of blood vessels and its color. And the third one is blood is obviously blue because if you look, your veins are blue. So, to fix these common misconceptions regarding to the blue blood, here are some brief explanation. Note that the blood in our body is actually always red in color. What makes the red blood cells red is because of the protein hemoglobin, which contains a red-colored compound called heme that's essential for carrying oxygen through the bloodstream. Heme contains an iron atom that binds to oxygen and which makes blood bright red when it is attached to oxygen and becomes dark red when without oxygen. The fact is that the blood is always red in color, just only at different shade of red. According to the Franklin Institute, as blood passes through the lungs, oxygen molecules attach to the hemoglobin. As the blood passes through the body's tissue, the hemoglobin releases the oxygen to the cells. When red blood cells are carrying oxygen, they are oxygenated. At this point, blood is bright red in color. In contrast, when the red blood cells have unloaded their oxygen, they are deoxygenated. Therefore, at this point, blood is dark red in color. As the blood circulates in the body and oxygen is removed by the tissues, the blood grows dark for that reason. Then the blood that is returned to the heart and lungs often has a dark appearance. It means that the shade of red color in the blood may vary depending on how much oxygen your red blood cells are carrying. Note that our blood is red both inside and outside the body. Therefore, the blood will never be blue and there is no blue element in the blood. Also, this can be proven when you see the true color test when the blood is taken with syringe. It's true the oxygenated color can be seen because there is no oxygen inside a syringe and the blood is dark red color. This is the actual blood colors look like for both oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. For the second myth, the diagrams that used by teachers and educators to teach the topic of circulatory system of human might lead the students to conclude that the oxygenated blood is really blue. The blue and red colors that used in labeling the cardiovascular system lead the students to have misconception regarding the blood vessels. How this can be happen? What students learn in class is that on the diagrams, the artery that appear in red color indicates that it is in contact with oxygen as artery commonly transport oxygenated blood, while vein appear blue, which indicates that it transports the oxygenated blood, which has no contact with oxygen. Therefore, it simply makes the students to think that the blood that contains rich oxygen will appear red color, while the blood that lack of oxygen will appear blue color in our body. But in fact, the red and blue colors that used in the diagram of the heart is only function to differentiate between the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood so that the students can easily understand the process of how the blood circulates in the blood vessels of our body. For the last myth, many students including us simply assume that the vein is blue due to the blood inside it is deoxygenated or lack of oxygen when headed back to the lungs. But it is actually wrong. Human blood is never blue. The bluish color of vein is only an optical illusion due to the way the tissue absorbs, scatters, and reflects the light. Red light is best absorbed by the oxygen-poor blood in our veins, whereas blue light cannot penetrate deep into the skin. What makes red light can efficiently penetrate our skin and body tissues and makes the veins that located under the skin can be seen in blue color is due to the red light wavelength is longer than blue light, which is 700 nanometers compared to 475 nanometers. Since the wavelengths of blue light cannot penetrate the skin as well as red light, therefore, more blue wavelengths are reflected back at you than red wavelengths. As a result, the veins you can see through your skin look blue. In conclusion, to summarize understanding toward the blue blood misconception inside our body, blood color is actually alternate from dark red to bright red depending on the levels of oxygenation, and it will never be blue. Therefore, to solve this blue blood misconception, Hassan Legacy has done a lot of research and development to produce our amazing 2-in-1 product, which is an ebook with an integrated courseware. Our ebook provides a lot of useful information to help the teachers and students to uncover the misconception regarding to blue blood. Not only that, it comes with an integrated courseware where you can get it by scanning the provided QR code in the ebook to allow you to explore the most exciting journey of blue blood misconception and be the one who can solve it.
Hello everyone, I'm ILYANI. Will proceed on the description of the product, which is our 2-in-1 ebook. First and foremost, this ebook produced in a digital platform and purposely to help teachers or students to clarify the misconception of blue blood vessel. Alright, now we proceed to the most interesting part. Yes, indeed, tutorial time. So here we go, our short tutorial on how to use our ebook and courseware.
Alright, the ebook first. The main lesson for our misconception. Ta-da! Yes! It looks so mesmerizing, right? Yeah, I knew it. Alright, in this ebook, we will provide the consumers with information or knowledge in and out of the textbook. Once purchased, the consumers will be provided a link or PDF of the Blue Blood Misconceptions ebook. Then, teacher or student can use or view all contents in ebook freely. Alright, let us see what we have inside of the ebook. They are gonna have the general knowledge of blood vessels, myth that leads to the misconceptions and its clarification, fun fact of blood vessels, chapter 1 for human circulatory system, chapter 2 for heart structure, and chapter 3 for human blood vessels. In myth page, A QR code will be provided for allowing students to join another fun educational platform which is called as courseware. By scanning the QR code, the consumers will lead to a Google Drive platform that they're gonna have a link that contains a new digital platform that may promote student-directed learning. In courseware, there are many fun activities that can be explored to enhance critical thinking of students such as video, quizzes, games, instructed group work, hands-on activity, and lastly, misconception story. All activities allow students to play individually or in groups. The activities may promote students to challenge their learning progress and evaluate their own errors of blood vessels concept. Welcome to the Hassan Legacy Hospital. This is the front page of the courseware that everyone will get after scanning the QR code. By clicking the play button, the list of activities will appear. The consumers may choose which one they want to do first. The educational videos. There will be 4 videos that can be watched freely. Then, the hands-on activities. We have 2 activities here and they are applicable for both online and face-to-face platform. The group works also have 2 activities and applicable for both online and face-to-face platform too. It can be flexible, depends on how it will be conducted. As for quizzes, there will be 3 levels of quizzes, which are easy, medium, and hard. And the last one is misconception story, a short cartoon conversation. So, this is our group member, the best of the best. References included here if the consumers want to get more deep lesson. The last one is the help center, the one that can be used if there's any technical problem while playing the videos. That's it for our product. Want to know more? Stay here to meet my other group members. Bye!
We move to the objective of our products. Firstly, the objective is to avoid students from having misconception about blood vessel. Students are mostly get confusing with the color of blood vessel that they see on their wrists comparing with what they have learned in class about blood circulatory system of human. The blue and red colors that are used in labeling the cardiovascular system can lead to the students' main misconception about the color of blood. The number one mistake about blood vessel is the students assume the color on models of the heart tells them whether a vessel is an artery or vein. It simply isn't true. The colors represented on models indicate the oxygen level but do not indicate whether a vessel is a vein or artery. The direction of blood flow determines blood vessel names. If the teachers do not do something to help the students to solve it, it might be worsened. Therefore, the aim of our products is to avoid and solve the misconception of blue blood that commonly happen among the students. Is to help and guide students with their blue blood misconception in simpler way. With our products which are ebook and courseware, the students no need to hard work search on Google and find the class website or article for the sake to solve the misconception. It is because with our ebook, students can get a lot of related information that can help them to solve their misconception of blue blood. In this ebook, there are very little pictures and diagrams that have been provided that can clarify and explain their misunderstanding. Besides, to supply teachers and students the alternative way to overcome blood vessel misconception. With the educational courseware which is integrated into this ebook, it is not only encourage students to practice self-learning, but also it implements an advanced technology usage for students, especially during ODL. During ODL, they can use it anytime they want instead of also get the knowledge about the blue blood misconception. Students no need to go to the library and find a lot of information and facts to uncover the blue blood misconception anymore. Otherwise, they can find a lot of information about the misconception in a product of ours. Other than that, to provide teacher with teaching aids according to blood vessel misconception, teachers can insert the usage of our product ebook during their class and solve the blue blood misconception together. Teacher no need to struggle to develop a module and gather all the information about the blue blood. To facilitate and enhance students' directed learning concerning blood vessel misconception. Since the coursework is applicable for both face-to-face and ODI session, so students still can use the coursework at home. Automatically, it encourages the students to have self-directed learning at home to solve the misconception. Our attractive coursework design is guaranteed to meet student satisfaction as it can avoid boredom for their self-directed learning. This technology can help encourage active participation in the classroom as it has interactive and fun games and educational videos that can overcome the misconception.
Okay, so now let's get clear about the usefulness of this ebook. For information, there are 3 major significance or usefulness of this blue blood misconception ebook. Includes first, aid in prevention students from having common misconception and enhance their understanding regarding the human's blood vessel. Second, serve as a guideline for teachers during their lesson concerning the blood vessel misconception. And lastly, help to clarify blood vessel misconception among the students via student self-directed learning. Let's go through one by one about the detailed explanation for this ebook significance. First is aid in prevention students from having common misconceptions and enhance their understanding regarding the human's blood vessel. This ebook purpose to help students with their blood vessels misconception, or usually known as the blue blood misconception, by providing them guidelines and multiple alternatives that are intended to overcome their blue blood misconception. This is included the detailed and thorough information and explanation concerning the blue blood misconception are addressed and included in this ebook. This aspect includes pertaining to the common misconceptions regarding the blood vessel, common reasons that regulate the blue blood misconception, the facts or the truth behind the misconception, and other reliable information and source pertaining to the blue blood misconception are included, which make an exception to the students' made rules. All of these aspects have been highlighted and discussed firmly. Besides, several topics that frequently lead to misconceptions about blood vessels among the students are also been highlighted and emphasized in the content of this ebook. These topics or syllabus include the topic 1, Circulatory System of Humans. This topic focuses more on the open circulatory system respected to humans, discussing the blood flows and types of blood that is delivered along with their specific roles. The second topic is the structure of the heart. Specific types and flow or direction of the blood are being discussed under this topic by using an appropriate heart diagram to avoid any misconception regarding the blue blood happen among the students. And the third and last topic is the human's blood vessel. This topic focusing more on types of blood vessels and the types of blood that each blood vessel carry. The precise hints are given pertaining to every diagram included in each topic according to the color versus types of blood carried out instead of types of the blood vessel. Any information and lessons according to all these 3 topics are critically explained in order to avoid any misconception from continuously happening among the students.
The usefulness of the product is to serve as a guideline for teachers during their lesson concerning the blood vessel misconception. This ebook is not intended to help students only, but it also does help teachers or educators with their teaching process in the class with respect to the topics that commonly lead to the misconceptions about blood vessels. Via the guidelines provided, it can help teachers to choose and utilize the appropriate teaching pedagogy during their lessons, such as the diagram, educational video, and 3D model that correlated with the human's blood vessel to avoid any misconception from happening among their students. Misconception that always happens among students during teaching and learning process is about blue blood misconception. For example, in this situation, the teacher requires her students to teach a mini lesson to their fellow service teachers utilizing constructivist methods during the teaching and learning process. These mini lessons are taught in class with students instructing a group of students made up of their classmates. The teacher goes around the class during this activity for evaluating the students. As she worked her way through the groups of service teachers presenting mini lessons to their students, one question is particularly attracted her attention. What color is blood? A student asked her teacher. She waited intently to hear how this novice service teacher would respond to the question, and she heard that teacher confidently say, "Blood is blue." Where did this misunderstanding originate? She wonders. How widespread was this belief? And asked the other class the same questions. To her surprise, 39 of the 42 students believed blood is blue and claimed that blood becomes red when exposed to oxygen in the air. According to research, misconceptions are perpetuated in primarily three ways, which are the first one from everyday experience and observation, secondly from diagrams and writings in textbooks, and lastly from communications between persons including teachers to student teachers.
Lastly, this ebook can help to clarify blood vessel misconception among the students via student self-directed learning. The specialty of this product is its educational courseware, which is integrated into this ebook. Students can further clarify their blue blood misconceptions by accessing this educational courseware via the QR code provided on the specific page of the ebook, which is on the main page. This courseware does encourage and facilitate students self-directed learning, as this educational courseware encompasses several learning activities to help and guide them with their blue blood misconception, such as simulation or educational video, quizzes, group work, and hands-on learning activities. All of these activities focusing more on general knowledge about the blood and also pertaining to blue blood misconception. The student self-directed learning session capable of students enhancing their understanding regarding their existing knowledge of human blood vessels, yet their blue blood misconception. The first activity included a simulation or educational video. There are total 4 educational videos provided, for example, entitled, "What color is your blood? Your blood is red, so why are veins blue? Why are veins blue? And why do veins appear blue?" Based on this simulation video, students are able to learn and see the real structure of human's heart or a human's blood vessel instead of just depending on your textbook diagram, which is not too reliable and precise, which usually leads to a blue blood misconception. For the quizzes, it comes with multiple forms of questions such as labeling, MCQ, and filling the blank. Another activity is group work, which is conducted in 2 different ways, includes constructing a 3D human's heart model and mentor-mentee program. Through this group work, students are able to change their opinions and at the same time helping some of their friends with the misconception. And lastly is hands-on learning activity such as drawing and coloring and conducting an experiment entitled Beating Hearts. This kind of activity enables students to learn more about blood in their real life and makes it more practical for them to avoid any blue blood misconception from happening.
Our product costs RM79.90 only, but for the first launch of this product, those stated earbuds will have the chance to get at RM70 only. So what are you waiting for? Do grab yours now or cry later. Our product is now available on Shopee. The reason why we choose Shopee as our online shopping platform for now is we realize that Shopee is the most easiest and very user-friendly for our customers to purchase, as we hope that all the students and teachers can grab our product easily. We know that there are many students and teachers who encounter this legal misconception but still have not found the solution to know the exact answer behind this misunderstanding. Therefore, for publishing and promoting, we use many online platforms to widen our products such as WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and reviews blogs. Those who want to know more detail about our product before purchasing, they can directly ask our agent via WhatsApp. Next, we provide Telegram channel to have an active participation with our customers, since Telegram can invite thousands of users in one channel. Therefore, it is easier for us to promote our ebook and reach to many targeted customers in one time. Then, the other platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and blog reviews have big potential, as we can collaborate with many influencers and online tutors to promote and make reviews of our ebook, since we aim to widen our product to the international. Not only that, we realize that there are many people still need us, as they have to solve this global misconception efficiently to avoid it from being spread to the next generation. Our target audiences are, of course, among teachers and students. Both teachers and students are our main target audiences. We know that this misconception is mainly developed during the teaching and learning session. It getting worse when even the intelligent teachers cannot solve this misconception. Hence, the students are also being affected and develop misunderstanding towards the whole topic of human circulatory system. For the suggestion to upgrade the features of our product, we have decided to make it able to print out, which means that people can get it physically. For example, we can make it as a mini book. This is because students can read it everywhere they want, as they can bring along in their pocket and make some revision whenever they prefer to do so. Not only that, we are also planning to include a free gift such as a set of pocket and sticky notes to allow students to highlight and note everything regarding to the blue blood misconception and human circulatory system while they self-learning. Other than that, we aim to collaborate with Han Academy as they offer practice exercises, instructional videos, and personalized learning dashboards that empower learners to study at their own pace in and outside the classroom. Moreover, Han Academy has their own trustworthy among educators as they have provided a lot of great explanations regarding to the science topic that are easily to understand by the students. Therefore, with those suggested features to upgrade our products, soon we hope that we can widen our product and make people from the whole world know about it so that we can all together break the wall of these blue blood misconceptions.